So we're right on time. Dianne's here, a concerned ratepayers of Canterbury region, and you've got 10 minutes for that and then 5 minutes for yourself, I believe. Is that right?
Hi, yeah, that's right. Hopefully I can just combine it all. And
You just chatter away, you'll be right.
Nothing unusual.
Okay. Oh, you guys have made me all nervous now.
Yeah.
Oh. Right. Yeah, the annual plan. As it's in the name, concerned ratepayers, we're very concerned about rates going up continually year after year after year because it's just really unaffordable. And this first slide, when we were asked on the form, what do we think of the average rate increase of 7.58% across all ratepayers, which is slightly less than the 8.48% signaled in the long-term plan. Well, that seems great. But if people don't search up this and see that it's going to jump up to forecast to jump up to 10.38% and forecast 8.62% if we go along with that, that's a hell of a lot more money. So that's a heck of a lot more money. So I'm wondering how many have ticked the box that, yes, they accept that, but not realizing what's to come afterwards. So I think this is a problem. This is not sustainable. This is not acceptable because people are struggling to pay for food, struggling to pay for rent, So there's a lot of people in this situation. A lot of people here in this building are struggling. They don't want their rates to go up more. So then it's looking at, did we get to the next? Oh yeah, so the rate increases. There needs to be more frugal management and focus on the core services. Maintaining infrastructure is essential. And borrowing more is not the answer. So next slide. And so suggestions of where to save money. Well, $75,000 for the feasibility study of a skate park to host a national or international competition. I understand now why Washington Skate Park is where it is, but there's actually no room. If you look online where they have international competitions, they have huge seating available, and there's no room for that. Are you going to be hanging it off the overpass? I don't think so. You need a lot more room. And so I really don't see Washington Skate Park as a place unless you block it off and you use half of the skate park for these massive temporary seating arrangements. But then you need portaloos and food trucks and who knows what all. And it just becomes a big mess. And when we're looking to save money, I just say, no, it's not realistic at this time, maybe in the future. And then $200,000 for a scoping study for Central City Shuttle Service. Now, people in our group are divided over, whether we should even have a shuttle service within the city because we have electric scooters and so on that people can use now. But, other people don't want to use electric scooters. They don't feel confident in using them and various reasons. But why are we having these studies? Why is this being outsourced? $75,000 outsourced, $200,000 outsourced to consultants, overseas consulting firms. So this is a huge question because, where am I here? Okay, here we go, down here. Millions have been sent on overseas consulting firms. So 28,575,487 over 12 years was spent on one consulting firm. Another one, it was 24,910,856 on a different one over the same 12 years. That money, that's a lot of money, and that could be spent over a lot of different pipes, our water infrastructure, roading, everything that we need, so what benefit is this coming to? And that there's a lot of experts within the community, there's a lot of shared wisdom. So I feel that council needs to find different ways of connecting with the community, and Facebook is not the answer because a lot of people aren't on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook for one, but, having to find different ways. So road renewals, gosh, the time goes quickly. Road renewals is another thing that we can find abilities to save money. So every road renewal seems to come with speed bumps, narrowing the street, and street gardens. For example, Chelsea Street. It's a quiet street in Linwood next to Eastgate Mall. You'd think it would be busy, but it's not, because it's a cul-de-sac at one end. The other end, it just goes left turn onto Linwood Ave. And one of the residents found out that, they had this big plan. They were told, this is what we're going to do to Chelsea Street. This is what we're going to do. They weren't asked. And she phoned in to find out why they were going to have not one, not two, not three, but 4 speed bumps in a 300-meter area. Plus tall trees built under, in one of these built-out kind of garden areas, tall trees under wires. Like, that's really dumb. Why put tall trees under wires that are going to have to be chopped down later? Really dumb. So, and sorry if anyone's here is the designer here. I know you guys are all trying your best. So there was one person on Chelsea Street that complained about the speed. One person. Now, the speed limit is 30K, so anything over 30K is speeding. I live on Wairaki Road. I heard, and there's roadworks there. I heard somebody in the wee hours of the morning speeding down Wairaki Road. Anywhere in the city, you're going to have idiots speeding at odd hours of the day and night. So what is actually going on here? Why do we need this? So this is one street, but this is something that's happening on different streets. But I have to say something positive here too, and that is on Brindware Road. This isn't Brindware Road, by the way. On Brindware Road, they have put something out to ask the community what they want for their street renewal. So this is the kind of thing that I think that needs to happen more before expensive plans and things are put forward, and before council is telling people what they want to do. They need to ask the community what you want, and they do need gutters and things fixed up there. Okay, so on to the next thing, which this is Harewood Road. So I found out some information yesterday that's going to change my thinking here a bit. But anyway, Harewood Road, we approved the, I don't know what you call it, the shortened version, and having the, but anyway, this crossing, this pedestrian crossing between Matson's Avenue and Chapel Street. Can I walk up so this thing will work? Can I walk up so the pointer will work?
No, we can see it. Well,
it's not working though. It's not.
No, it's not working.
Anyway, okay, so there's, it's going to be hard. Anyway, between Matson and Chapel Street, there's a pedestrian crossing. So those 2 red circles is already where there's crossings available. But I found out this is for a cycleway. So make the next one, please. So these all are where there's crossings on Harewood Road. So coming up Matson Street and then Chapel Street, there's a lot of traffic that goes between those 2 streets. This is my hood, so I know. Up and down, there's a lot of people there. And on Harewood Road, you will get people using the flush medium waiting to be able to turn right onto Matson Street. See, this damn thing doesn't work. Anyway, and that's where they're wanting to put this crossing for the cyclists. But the cycleway is coming up the right side of Matson Avenue, and then just before Harewood Road is going to go to the left side, right in front of a preschool. So you're going to have all these cyclists whizzing by, all these parents and little kids trying to get to and from a preschool. And then they're going to cross the street, and then they're going to turn right to connect up to the cycleway that's with the railway line. To me, this is madness. And I've been told that, that you can't change it, but this is all just lines on a paper or lines on a computer at this point, so why can't you change it? It's better to get it done right. Why not just go straight up Matson Avenue, cross the street there? There's enough room, so you're not going to be going directly into the entranceway for Mitre 10 there. And then they can turn right. They're going to have to go in front of Mitre 10, the entrance for Mitre 10 anyway. And I bet a lot of people will be going up. Oh, God. They'll be using Mitre 10 car park as a way to go through there and then connect back up on the other side of Mitre 10. You can connect up with the railway. Sorry, next me. Yeah, I just talk too much. So the Climate Resilient Fund, it's not a cycleway fund. Use it as a reserve. that it's for, oh, go to the next one.
You're right. Don't panic. You're doing right.
So this is a council model from, so that's showing where everything is going to flood in a 1 in 100 year storm. So this isn't going to be something that's happening all the time, but in a 1 in 100 year storm, we're going to get all these areas flooded. So all of Sumner and so on. And the mayor was on the radio the other day explaining that they're changing where they're going to allow buildings to be, because that was going to be part of it. But then he spoke and took away my thunder there. Sorry. So, so anyway, I understand that. But you have that Te Kura wetland in Hoswell. That's also, I mean, things like that. That's part of a resilience fund. That's what this fund should be used for, to mitigate flooding in these areas. Because this isn't something from the ice melting and slowly the sea level rising. This is from a big storm. So I'm sorry. I wanted to have time for questions, but I just can't speak off the cuff. And
Kelly had his hand up very early, so he can ask a question.
oh, I've got 5 more minutes.
We don't let Kelly talk very much.
Yeah, for good reason. Dianne, thank you. That was really interesting.
I didn't know I said more time. Sorry, go on.
You've obviously got a lot of questions about a lot of things, and you know this is not really a forum to provide a lot of answers. But have you actually talked to your local community board reps or your local councillor? Because
I talk to Victoria all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I talked to her yesterday, and she told me some of these changes, so I was just like,
okay,
throwing my whole speech out of whack.
She will have a lot of answers for you and can source them. Because most of us spend our days answering queries from people who have questions. So, yeah. Good.
Andre?
Thank you. Yeah, I've got to ask, because it's something I'm struggling to determine an answer for. Just touching on your submission, the need to spend less, need to get roads down. Do you believe we can afford the $5 million towards the Air Force Museum at this time? We will need to rate for it.
For the which?
For the Air Force Museum.
We get additional rate revenue.
Oh, I think I'm.
Well, it's a tough one, but I saw there's a yes, and it'd be good to get your perspective.
I think I supported that one because I thought, oh, well, you know, you're always trying to make things to bring people into the city. Yeah. And it's a national level museum. But basically, yeah, that's a tough one.
Okay. Yeah. Far away with your other submission.
Pardon?
Didn't you have a personal submission, a second one that you wanted to do?
Well, I was going to just sort of put them all together, but I just finished it off. I finished it off, too quickly because I thought I didn't think I had time.
So, any more questions for Dianne? All good?
Well, Dianne, is there anything that you rushed over that you would like to take a little bit more time to talk about? Because you've got 2.5 minutes left.
I guess the Climate Resilience Fund. I think I said enough on that, did I? Do you reckon? Also, the Harewood Road thing. I mean, I know you said that it's been set in concrete, but they haven't dug anything up. It's still lines on a piece of paper. I don't see why it can't be changed. And so, because it's for the cyclists as well, because that area is a well-used area, and you're going to have more interaction between cars and cyclists if it's on that left-hand side of the road. So I'm sorry for you guys. My pointer won't point far enough, and it's hard to explain just in words. But if it's, I'm not saying not have it, it's just have it on the side of the road that's with an alignment with the cycleway itself. Mm-hmm. Because you will get the cyclists going there, crossing the street, and I bet you they're gonna realize if they do it often enough, they can cut through Mitre 10 and connect up that way instead of going down Harewood Road to connect up to the same cycleway. Like, why wouldn't you do that? I would do that.
Okay, that is absolutely perfect. Thank you so much for coming in.
Okay.
It's always enlightening listening to you. So it's good.
Pardon?
It's always enlightening listening to you.
Well, I try not to be boring because, who wants to listen to a boring person? And I try to be educational if possible.
No, you've done a good job. Thank you very much.
Keep the rates down. That's the main thing. Keep the rates down.
Okay, so I'm going to probably say this wrong. Dianne?